Hey, sports fans, my name is Ed, and I've spent the last 20 years traveling North America and the world going to sporting events. I've chronicled all my travels on my website, Itinerant Fan. It has guides to all the stadiums in the major American sports leagues, plus some college stadiums and even some major venues around the world. Plus, it has travel tips, guides to how to plan a sports vacation, ways to save money, and much, much more. Check it out if you're into traveling for sports. Now let's find out how to spend a great weekend in Detroit. With teams in each of the 4 major sports leagues, Detroit, Michigan is a prime destination for sports fans year-round. Of course, the Motor City is about a lot more than sports, and I've made numerous visits to the city over the years to experience a lot of what it has to offer. But whenever I go about town, I can't help but notice the extent to which this city wears its sports passions on its sleeve. Travelers coming into Detroit typically do so via the region's airport, known as Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport. It serves as a major hub for Delta Airlines, and those who do arrive on a Delta flight will transit through the McNamara Terminal, which has the distinction of being the second longest airport concourse in the world at just under a mile in length. It's so long that it has its own tram service for passengers to better cover the distance between gates that are far apart. Getting to downtown Detroit from the airport requires a 20-minute car trip east on Interstate 94. Downtown, not surprisingly, is the center of entertainment and nightlife in the region, and that goes for its sports stadiums, which I'll get into in a little bit. Detroit is a fairly car-centric city, but there are public transportation options. The Q Line is a free streetcar service that runs up and down Woodward Avenue, one of the major avenues in the central city. You can ride it from near the riverfront through Midtown and to the North End neighborhood, passing by several points of interest along the way. Meanwhile, within downtown, you can make use of the Detroit People Mover, an automated tram that runs in a loop above ground. This service is also free to use as of 2025. I found that downtown Detroit is a very walkable area, and if the day is nice enough or there's something happening in town, plenty of folks will choose to walk as well. Starting with the opening of the Tigers' Comerica Park in 2000, all 4 of Detroit's major sports teams have built stadiums in the central city area. In fact, the 3 major venues are less than a mile apart, with 2 of them, Comerica Park and the Lions' Ford Field, sitting right next to each other. Comerica Park replaced the Tigers' old facility, Tiger Stadium, which was located west of downtown in the Corktown neighborhood. Meanwhile, the Lions moved into Ford Field, moving from the since-demolished Silverdome in the suburb of Pontiac. Just a few blocks away is Little Caesars Arena, the home of the Red Wings and Pistons. The Red Wings took up residence in this new, technologically advanced facility in 2017 after leaving the Joe Louis Arena downtown, while the Pistons joined them after moving from the Palace of Auburn Hills, which was located more than 30 miles north of downtown. The proximity of these venues to each other makes it very easy on the visiting sports fan, who can choose to stay downtown and be very close to any of the 3 stadiums. By the way, if you're visiting the region for major college sports, then most likely you're headed to the city of Ann Arbor, located about 45 miles west of downtown Detroit. Ann Arbor is home to the University of Michigan, where the Wolverines' beloved football team draws hundreds of thousands to Michigan Stadium for home games on fall Saturdays. The Big House is the largest stadium in the United States, with room for more than 107,000 spectators. And if you're a fan of college football in any capacity, a trip to Ann Arbor to see a Michigan game is something you have to experience at some point. There are plenty of reasons to venture outside central Detroit as a visitor, with a number of attractions around the region. There's the Detroit Institute of Arts, boasting one of the country's largest art collections. There's the Motown Museum, preserving the history of the celebrated record label. And there's the Henry Ford Museum, full of significant American historical artifacts, just to name a few attractions. But if you've come to Detroit to see sports and you're largely hanging out downtown, there's still lots to see and do. For example, just a stone's throw from Comerica Park along Woodward Avenue are 2 of the city's top entertainment venues, the Fox Theater and the Fillmore. Also, head down toward the city's riverfront for a glimpse of the city's character. Be sure to check out the monument to one of Detroit's favorite sons, the groundbreaking boxer Joe Louis, for whom the Red Wings' old arena was also named. Across the river from downtown Detroit is another country, the city of Windsor, Ontario, Canada. The Detroit-Windsor Tunnel is one of the busiest international crossings in North America. Detroit's culinary scene has grown quite a bit in recent years, and on my recent trip I got to experience a couple of restaurants that I felt were representative of this. But the top foods that visitors tend to seek still have a workmanlike feel. That you can also get at the city's sports venues. For example, did you know Detroit has its own style of pizza? It's a rectangular deep dish style pie, and the local chain Buddy's Pizza is one of the top places to give it a try. It has a downtown location down the street from Comerica Park. If you're single like I was, you can get a personal sized pie, and even though this style of pizza isn't quite as dense as Chicago style deep dish, this portion constituted 2 meals for me. You'll also find the word coney, basically a chili dog, a lot in the Detroit food scene, and the 2 most well-known shops for conies sit right next to each other. Lafayette Coney Island and American Coney Island are rival eateries founded by members of the same family. Many Detroiters exhibit loyalty toward one or the other, but if you're visiting the city, why not try both and decide for yourself which one is better? Here's the meal I got, and I won't say which of the 2 this one is from, but I can tell you it was very tasty. Also downtown is the Greektown Historic District, where you can get a sense of the Greek influence in the city. Busy Monroe Street has plenty of bars and eateries frequented by sports fans, including several well-known Greek restaurants. For a lighter bite, pay a visit to the Astoria Pastry Shop, where you can get your hands on quite a selection of pastries and cakes. The baklava is a particular favorite here. Detroit is a city I've certainly grown to love over the years, and I can't wait for my next chance to visit. Have you had an opportunity to visit the Motor City, or are you planning to soon? If so, let me know. Leave a like or a comment below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we'll be making a lot more stadium and travel videos like this one. And if you're looking for more info on other major cities or sports venues, head to itinerantfan.com. Thanks for watching, and happy travels!